Hi, y'all, and welcome to Yaya for Yoga. We're going to get started today on our backs. So I'm going to guide you into your flow, but everybody's going to lay down to get ready. I want you just to take a few deep breaths. Go ahead and shake out the feet, shake out the hips, shake out the shoulders, and shake out the head. Allow yourself to relax here. The belly to rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. We'll take slow, deep breaths. I'd like to invite you at this time to think about the time that you set aside, the gift of your time that you give to yourself, to others, and in turn, the gift of time that others give to you. It is one of the most beautiful things, I believe, to share with another person, to share your life, your stories, your ideas, and to be able to sit with someone and talk about these things is quite lovely. So I invite you to set aside some time right now while you're breathing in and out, while you're relaxing, to think about those people in your life that you share yourself with and the people that share themselves with you. Allow yourself to just take a moment to be grateful for them sharing their time with you and to be mindful of the gift that you're giving them in sharing yourself. Breathing slowly and deeply, allowing everything else to fade away as you begin to relax a little further, as you begin to follow the complete cycle of the inhale and the exhale. As you set aside this time to spend with yourself and with me. We begin to bring ourselves back. We'll wiggle the fingers and the toes. We'll bring one leg up at a time, taking the bottom of the feet to the mat, and begin to let the knees sway from side to side. Maybe you take those arms out to a T. The next time you let the legs fall to the left side, I want you to just allow them to stay there for a short while. Looking over to the right shoulder, taking a few deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bringing the knees back up to switch sides to the right, looking over to that left shoulder. Again, deep inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to center, pressing the back bottom of the feet back on the mat. Pressing the back of the hips down into the mat. I'm going to invite you to take the heels of your hands to the top of the hip bones. Take the first two fingers to the top of the pubic bone and allow yourself to press down here. We're coming into a neutral spine, so I'm going to advise you to keep your hands here. And when you begin to lift up the hands, imagine that you have a plate on top of your hands. If the plate is uneven in one direction or the other, then you're most likely tilting that pelvis and not in that neutral spine. Again, all of our bodies are different. This is the most common neutral spine For people that don't have issues like spondylolisthesis or spinal stenosis. And I think I said the first one wrong because I can't think of it right now. We are going to keep our neutral spine here, and we're going to add pelvic tilts. So as you inhale, I want you to push the tailbone down towards the mat, and as you exhale, pull the tailbone up towards the sky. Inhale, tailbone towards the ground. Exhale, tailbone towards the sky. We'll do that one more time. Deep inhale, tailbone towards the ground. And exhale, tailbone towards the sky. Coming back to that neutral spine, pressing the back of those hips down. We're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest as much as we can without losing our foundation here. So you might have to grab underneath that knee or take one hand down or even take both hands out to the side. We're going to lengthen that left leg out, take the toes to face the sky and the heel to press down to the ground. Nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, we're going to roll up, pulling the belly in and up, and think about touching the nose to the knee. The nose might actually not come anywhere close to the knee. We're going to inhale, come back down. Exhale for 2. Inhale down. Exhale for 3. Inhale down. Note that you can also just stay just like this until you're ready to start to bring that nose to the knee. We're going to let the knee flare out to the side for 1, 2, 3, opposite direction for 1, 2, 3. Take that left hand to the outside of that right leg and see about pulling that right leg over, reaching that right arm, and finding another nice little spinal twist here. Coming back to center, pulling that right knee back in this time. And that lower back can compress a little on the mat instead of being neutral there if it feels good. Take the bottom of that right foot back to the mat, the bottom of that left foot back to the mat, and find that neutral spine once more. Pelvic tilts. Inhale, tailbone to the ground. Exhale, tailbone towards the sky. Neither of these are too forceful. Inhale, tailbone to the ground, just moving with the breath. Exhale, tailbone towards the sky, pulling the belly in and up. One more. Inhale, tailbone to the ground. Exhale, tailbone back up. Coming back to center, we bring that left knee in. Remember, you can grab underneath. You can reach that right leg out, toes up to the sky. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, rolling up, pulling that belly in and up. Inhale to come back down. Try not to use the arms here. Exhale to roll up. Inhale to roll down. And one more. Exhale. And inhale, coming down. Knees to the outside for 1, 2, 3. And inside for 1, 2, 3. Taking that right hand to the outside of that left leg, looking out towards that left arm. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. One more. And exhale. Coming back to center, pulling that left knee in and that right knee in. Just allow yourself to sway from side to side. Right, grabbing onto both of those knees, we're going to come into a spinal rock here. If this is not comfortable for you, then I invite you now to roll over to the right side of the body and then bring yourself back up to a seated position. We're going to come all the way up to a seated position, but we're going to work to do 5 spinal rocks. So we lift the head, neck, and shoulders up, drawing the nose towards the knees once again, grabbing onto the front of the legs, and we try to gain momentum. Now, you might actually gain enough momentum the first time to come all the way up, but it might take you a little time too. So this is 3, inhale. 4, one more, inhale. And 5. We're going to come into a comfortable seated position here, and I'm going to guide you into something called pelvic floor exercises. So I like to work with this to help you gain in awareness of the Mula Bandha that we want to hold in a lot of the poses that we do. So one of the things that happens when we start to engage our full core is we find things not to be easier, like plank positions. I don't want to say they ever get easier, but they become more available. The challenge is a little bit easier to tackle. So we're going to get comfortable in a seated position, left leg crossed over the right. And we're going to start with these pelvic floor exercises. So it's not going to be a crazy amount, but I want you to think about the muscles that you use when you stop peeing, right? So if you are going to the restroom and you need to stop real quick, as maybe you've got kids on the other side of the room that need you because something crazy is fixing to happen. That's been my experience before. And you need to stop, then you are going to want to stop so you don't get it all over yourself, right? So think about that. As you inhale, we're going to release. And as we exhale, we're going to just gently pull in and up from the bottom of the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to pull up. Inhale to release. And exhale to pull up. All right, we're going to do this again, but now we're going to inhale to pull up, exhale, release. Okay, so nice deep inhale, pull up, exhale, release. Oh, wait, exhale to pull up. I don't know for sure. I forgot. So let's inhale, release, exhale, pull up. I think that's the one I did. Okay, so now we're going to switch it. Inhale, pull up, exhale, release. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, release. And one more time. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, release. Take those hands down by the hips. Right arm's going to reach up to the sky. We're going to exhale over to the left. Nice little side bend. Inhale, come back up. Left arm to reach to the sky. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale to come up. Exhale, nice little twist to the left. Deep inhale. Exhale, twisting to the center and opposite direction. Deep inhale. And exhale back to center. Grab onto the front of the shins. Deep inhale, pull forward. Exhale, pull the belly in. Roll to the back of those sits bones. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, pull forward. Shoulders down and back. Maybe looking up a little higher. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale, pull forward. Shoulders down and back. And exhale. Coming back to center, we're going to switch the cross of the legs. And now we're going to do something a little bit different. So this is going to be 3-part Kegel exercises. So I call these the elevator. There's probably the name for them somewhere else. I'm sure I did not invent that. Just in case there's any copyright people out there. I will invite you to think about this. When you think about an elevator going up floors, your pelvic floor muscles, you have the ability to tighten a little bit more, and tighten fully. So you also have the ability to release a little bit more, and release fully. So don't imagine that you're going to get this right off the bat from the get-go. It is a challenging, mindful exercise as well, just to try to connect the dots of how you raise slowly and lower slowly. And it's just really the effort that you put into it. And you certainly don't want to put a whole lot of effort into letting go when you don't know whether or not you're doing that correctly. So allow yourself to move gently and slowly, and to be mindful, and to be okay if it doesn't feel like what I'm saying it's supposed to feel like, right? So the right leg's crossed in front of the left now. We're setting up nice and tall, and it's going to be the same. So we're going to exhale as we lift, inhale as we lower. So I want you to completely release, right? Now as you exhale, think about tighten a little more, tighten fully. Inhale, release a little more, release fully. Exhale, tighten a little more, fully. Inhale, release, and release. One more like that. Inhale, or exhale, pull in. 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3. All right. So we released on the inhale. We exhale to pull in. This time we're going to inhale to pull in, exhale to release. Inhale, tighten. 2, 3. Exhale, release. 2, 3. I always find this one more challenging. Inhale, tighten. 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale, tighten. Exhale, release. All right, hands back down by the hips, left arm to reach to the sky. Exhale, over. Inhale to come back up, right arm to the sky. Exhale, over. Inhale to come back up, nice little twist to the right. Deep inhale here. And then exhale to twist to the left. Deep inhale here. Exhale to center, grabbing onto the front of the shins. Nice deep inhale, pulling forward, shoulders down and back. Exhale to roll it back. 2 more times like that. Inhale, pull forward, shoulders down and back. Exhale. And 1 more. Inhale, pulling forward. And exhale. Coming all the way back to center, we're going to find our cat-cow pose now. So coming onto our tabletop, hands are going to be below the shoulders. You remember how I said earlier, planks become easier at some point? No, wait, not easier, but a little bit easier for the challenge. So we are going to come into some cat-cows, and then we're going to come into some other things that just help us to bring this core awareness in. And so I want you to take the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. The first thing we're going to do is drop the shoulders, or drop the shoulder blade, or drop the sternum. So we're thinking about drawing the sternum down closer to the mat. Now notice that my elbows are not bent. Pressing up and then coming back down. Now, it does not have to move that much. So here's what it looks like from the side, right? Down and up. It doesn't have to be how I do it, just a tiny bit, okay? And it might get to be more as you begin to create that awareness there. So we're going to do 5 of these. We're going to inhale. Think that you have a suitcase handle in between your shoulder blades. You're dropping the suitcase, and then you're pressing it, picking it back up. And 2, exhale, and 3. Exhale. Now, keeping those shoulders now nice and strong. Pull the belly in and up. Don't let anything change in the back. Inhale to release. No rounding out of the spine. Exhale, pull the belly in and up. Inhale, release. No extending of the spine when we release. Exhale, pull the belly in and up. Inhale, release. Now we're going to pull the belly in and up, and we're going to extend that left leg out and reach that right arm out. Deep inhale. And exhale. We're going to do 2 more breaths. Deep inhale. Think about keeping that left elbow soft. Don't let it get locked. Deep exhale. And 1 more. Exhale to come down. Opposite arm and opposite leg. Right leg, left arm. The ball of that right foot is on the ground. We're not trying to be too intense here. Exhale. Inhale. We're being mindful. Exhale, and 1 more. Exhale, down. Nice deep inhale here. We're going to pull the belly, let the belly release as we push the hips back behind us and lift the head up. And then exhale, pull the belly in and up. Roll the sits bones towards the heels. Let the head hang. 2 more times like that. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. And 1 more. And exhale. All right. From here, I'm going to tell you to walk your hands out a little bit further. The knees are still hip width apart. We're going to take a nice deep inhale as we find a plank on our knees. So we want to let the hips come down, but not let them sink too low. So if you can, get the chance to look at yourself in the mirror when your hips hang too low, or when you're coming into that plank position. Now, from here again, you want to soften the elbows and make sure that you're keeping those shoulders not rounded out, but that suitcase handle is lifting up, right? We're pulling that suitcase up. So we get to shift forward. We take a nice deep inhale, and then we're going to exhale back. Now I want you to think about pulling the palms of the hands towards you as you pull forward, keeping those shoulders above the wrist, letting those hips come down. Exhale, push back. Now, if you don't get those hips all the way level with the shoulders, inhale, pull forward. That's okay, right? In the beginning, you might not want to pull all the way forward. Exhale back. 2 more times like that. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale down. And one more. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale back. Right, we're going to inhale, pull forward to hold. I'm going to tell you to press into all 5 fingers of those hands, to let those hips hang, to pull those bellies in and up. And think about dragging the palms of the hands towards the knees and the knees towards the palms of the hands. If you're ever ready, you can start to lift up those legs. And really, when you lift them up, there's not a whole lot of change in the body. Deep inhale and exhale. And one more. Deep inhale. And this time we're going to come all the way down to the bellies, cross the arms underneath the forehead, and shake it all out. Deep inhale and deep exhale. And one more. All right, we're going to come into a Sphinx pose here. Elbows underneath the shoulders and palms down to the ground. We're going to take a nice deep inhale as we lift the head a tiny bit. And exhale to draw the chin towards the chest. A few more times like that. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to center, head stays in line with the spine. We're going to inhale one shoulder. Exhale to the other. Inhale one shoulder. Exhale to the other. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to center. From here, we're going to take a nice deep inhale, staying lifted and strong. And then we're going to exhale, come all the way back down and shake out those hips and shake out those shoulders. We're almost done today. We're going to press all the way back up and all the way to child's pose, feet to heels, forehead to the mat here. Allow yourself to breathe deeply. You can always take those knees a little bit further apart from each other. All right, now from here, we're going to come all the way back up and all the way back to our bottoms before I bring you back to Shavasana. All right, now I'm going to tell you to take your legs out nice and wide, toes up to the sky, heels pressing down to the ground. If you need a strap, then I would get one, and this is only going to be if you can't take your left hand to grab onto your right wrist behind your back. So if you can't grab onto your right wrist or forearm, then you're going to want a strap here, okay? And that's just going to be taking the strap in the right hand and then pulling it towards that left side. So I'm pulling my arm a little bit down and inward. And I'm going to take a nice deep inhale, and I'm going to exhale as I let my head fall to the left shoulder. Ooh, that always feels good. Inhale to come back up. And I'm going to exhale as I turn to the left shoulder. Inhale back to center. All right, now I'm going to do a little bit more movement. So I'm going to exhale to turn to the left shoulder, draw the chin down to the collarbone, inhale back up. 2 more times like that. Exhale down to the collarbone, inhale up, and down, and up. Now this time I'm going to go down to the collarbone. I'm going to switch to the opposite side. Inhale up, exhale down to the collarbone, opposite side. Inhale up, down, opposite side. Inhale up and down, opposite side. Inhale up. Come back to center, and we're going to shake it out and change sides. So now I'm going to grab onto my left arm with my right hand. Right? And first I'm going to take a nice deep inhale, and then I'm going to exhale, let the head fall to the right shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale, turn to the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn back to the right shoulder. Inhale, look up. Exhale, down. 2 more times like that. Inhale, up. Exhale. And 1 more. Exhale. Now inhale, come back up. And this time we're going to exhale, come down to the collarbone all the way across. Inhale, up. Exhale. And across. Inhale, up. exhale, across, inhale, up, exhale, all the way back. Inhale, back to center, and shake it out again. All right, I'm going to bring you all the way back down to your mats now for your Shavasana, rolling down nice and gently, taking those arms out as wide as you like. Shake out the hips, shake out the shoulders, shake out the legs, and allow yourself to relax here. You deserve it. Take this time to lie still and breathe deeply. Inhale. And exhale. I'm going to guide you to a 4-count breath. So we're going to inhale together. Exhale, say, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Continue on this cycle. Slowly we'll begin to bring ourselves back. Once again, wiggling the fingers and the toes. We'll rotate the hands and the feet clockwise and counterclockwise. Bring the knees up and begin to let them sway from side to side. Gently rolling to the right side of the body. Allow yourself to hang out here for a short while. Take as long as you need. And then gently you'll begin to pull yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. Take your time to get there. Allowing for yourself to sit tall and strong once more. Thank you for taking the time and setting it aside to be with me and yourself today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.